pase, pierna derecha, directo al arco, golazo, golazo, golazo.
You are now listening to TWC Football Podcast.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to TWC Football. I'm your host today. My name is Ade. I'm joined alongside Steve.
Good evening.
And Gids.
Yo, man.
Guys, we got Ifa on the way. Not too sure what's going on with that, but he's supposed to be here with us. Yeah, man. Let's just get into it. Obviously, when was the last time we played, bro? Do you remember?
Before the international break.
It was the week before the international break, to be fair. And since then, bit of a roller coaster for us Arsenal fans. So I think since then, we got, in our first 3 games back, we got 15 goals. Was it 15 or 13?
3 plus 5 plus 5. 13.
What's that? 13, yeah. So that was Forest, Sporting, and who's the other one?
West Ham.
West
Ham
Ham?
away.
West Ham away. Yeah, West Ham away. So yeah, obviously, things look good. Things looked on the up. But I think on the episode before we went, Steve, you mentioned something about the next few game weeks. It's going to be Arsenal need to win. The narrative is going to be Arsenal need to win all these games to stay in the title race. Yeah, I'll say my piece quickly and then I'll open the floor. So obviously, when we started this pod, when was that? About 8 years ago, 8 seasons ago.
Yeah.
This pod was rooted in pain. Like it came up out of pain. It was the dark side of Arsene Wenger's reign. We needed a release. We needed some therapy. We needed to get out our thoughts. So, yeah, pause. My bad. But yeah, obviously, the pod was created out.
I wasn't even thinking.
The pod was created out of that. Out of adversity is what formed TWC Football. We went through the dark days of Emery, and Arteta took us to the promised land. Unfortunately, though,
You should.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot. What was I saying? Arteta's brought us to
You said
the
something
promised
that was a bit
land.
mad. You said something about... Yeah, you lost it.
Yeah. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, like, obviously, this pod was founded on being able to spill our pain, and this episode is gonna be one of those episodes where we need to spill some pain. So, kids, obviously, you are our resident Mr. Arsenal. You are now our resident Mr. Matchday Goer.
Funny.
So I feel
That's
as
so
though you should start the pod.
I don't know, man. It's painful, isn't it? It's painful. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things to unpack. I don't even know where to start, boys. I don't know where to start. Okay, let's start from the match itself, right? So obviously, unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch the first half. I only managed to watch the second half. But I think from watching the second half, what was the most frustrating thing for me was, I think Arteta said after the game that no one else has done this to Fulham. We controlled the game, or this and that. I don't think we were good from what I saw from the second half. And there's this notion that when we have the ball, it means that we're dominating the opposition. But I genuinely felt like, from what I saw, Fulham were happy to just give us the ball, and they just wanted to see what we were about. I noticed that they will put quite a few players on Saka and kind of congregate the right side, but then the left side will be a bit vacant because there's just nothing there, really, is there? I'm frustrated with a few players. I'm frustrated with Martinelli. I don't want to scapegoat him though, because I do think there's a lot of players that we can also talk about, but I'm just going to mention him. The reason why I'm frustrated is because When you're watching that game, you're thinking this is primed for someone like Martinelli, his skill set to be able to come on and just try and stretch the pitch, try and get in behind, ask questions of the fullback, which I felt like, well, actually, to be fair, I didn't see it when Trussell was on, but from what I read, I don't think Truss had really done much in that first half. Um, Martinelli's cameo was an absolute disgrace, man. Um, like there's nothing there, and then when he does finally put a ball in, which is a good ball, by the way, a really good ball, it doesn't count because you're offside. There's just a lot of things that is wrong. When he was on as well, he hardly took on his man. He hardly, like, we're a team that right now we're getting joy from set pieces, yeah. But one thing you get when you go down the line and you try to cross is either a ball comes in or you get a corner. And that's just the basics, innit? He wasn't even doing that. He wasn't even giving me that. Like there was just like I couldn't understand what the purpose was for him when he came on. But then again, he had that moment where he could have been the part hero, let's say, because obviously Saka got the goal. But basics, watch the line, and the margin of how much he's offside for me is not acceptable. If you're going to be offside, there, I'm expecting it to be one of them tonal ones. You know, them ones where it's like that's like as soon as I saw the replay. I said, this guy's offside. I put it in the chat. I said, this guy, I didn't even need the lines. I said, this guy's offside. He's offside. Why are you offside, brother? You've got a lot of space there. It's not acceptable. Havertz, guys, we wasted money. I don't care what anyone's going to tell me. No, no,
Oh,
no, no, no,
come
no.
on.
No, 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 no,
Come
no, no, no,
on.
no, no. We've wasted money.
Sorry, you can't
Guys,
just run till we've wasted money, bro.
no, come on, let's call a spade a spade.
I'm not
And the
having
reason why
that.
I say we've let me explain to you why I believe we've wasted money. Because when you sign a marquee player like that, whether he was coming as a midfielder or striker, he was one of our marquee signings that summer alongside Rice here, 65 million. It's the games like yesterday that we need. It can't always be Saka. And this is where sometimes I'll back you, Eddie, because you always say, I always go on to Saka saying it can't always be him. And it's right. Yesterday it wasn't Saka's day. But who else is going to step up for me? Can it be my 65 million player? Can it be the guy that's the highest paid player at the club? You get a shot in the box and it's dribbling past the post. What is this? This is Arsenal. And I always say this. This is not good enough for this club. We're trying to go for the league. We're trying to actually do big things. These players here, it's not good enough. And I don't want to dig out Havertz too much because that's one of the few chances that he had, but he doesn't impose himself enough in games for me. And I also want to talk about tactically the manager as well. I don't feel like the manager helps us to get the best out of him as well. We don't really play enough balls to him. We don't really put enough balls in the box for him to attack when it's like getting to the end of the game. One thing I don't like about, I know I'm rambling, I'm saying bare things, sorry, I just got to let my thoughts out. One thing I don't really like about Arteta sometimes is it always has to be by the book until like it's like 90th minute. Then we start launching. Sometimes we've just got to change it. I know sometimes, yeah, we scored, and the thing is, I was thinking about this as well. We scored a lot of goals by sticking to our principles, sticking to our guns, buying our time. We scored a lot of late goals. And yesterday could have been one of them goals where we stayed patient and we nearly scored from it. I get that. But it's just frustrating for me sometimes when we just allow the game to peter out. We're getting closer to 90 and nothing's changing. Like for like subs, Jesus on for Havertz, nothing, Trossard on for Martinelli on for Trossard. It's all this. Can't we put Odegaard came off yesterday? Couldn't Odegaard maybe go to the left? Couldn't maybe Saka maybe go to the other side and try and can't we swap the wingers? Try something different. Obviously, it doesn't even mean these things are going to happen, but it's very predictable in our games when things are not going well, what we're going to result to do. Going back again, sorry, to the starting lineup. What's Teeny here for? What is he here for? He's on the bench. We've seen Timber, Odegaard, and Saka be really good on our right side. Really, really good. We've taken our best right back and put him left back and put Partey, who's been good in midfield, at right back. We've now made the team disjointed when we were settling on something quite good. When really all we needed to do was either, number one, put Tierney in. If you don't trust Tierney, fine. Put Skelly in. I'm sorry. Guys are going to tell me this guy's a kid. But when we were trying to close out the game against Man City, who came on? Zinchenko's on the bench. Who came on? Skelly did. When we were trying to close out the game against Liverpool, who came on? Skelly did. These are big games. So if you're going to do that with this kid in these big games, slap him in because we need something. We can't keep changing around the whole team to accommodate one player missing. We've got to keep the system the same. We've got to keep things the same. And that's sometimes he's undoing. Sometimes last season, Havertz will be doing decent up front. Someone might be injured. Yeah, Havertz midfield. Why? Why can't we just put someone else in midfield, keep Havertz up top? He changes too many things sometimes, and we come undone from it. He done the same against Villa where we lost in the title race. He changed the team. Sometimes you don't need to change it too much. So that's where my frustration comes. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm frustrated with our players. I'm currently frustrated with our manager. I'm frustrated with the result. I'm frustrated that City have been so imperious since we've been in this entire title race. The one season where they're absolutely garbage, and that's actually why I'm going to describe them because I've been watching their games. They're not a good team at the moment. We're also not a good team. And it might be harsh for me to say that we're not a good team, but for me, a good team that has that much of the ball yesterday beats Fulham.
Yeah, bro, you're
I'm
losing it,
sorry.
man. You're losing it, man. You can't say we're
No,
not a good team.
no, Adi.
You can't say we're not a good team.
Okay. We are a good team, but we're not as good as we think we are.
No,
That's what I think.
No. But I think we know. Like, I think if you ask an Arsenal fan right now, like how we played the season, they'll tell you like we've not been up to the standards. I don't think guys are deluded enough to think that like we deserve to be first right now. We don't.
That's fine then. And that's all I'm saying then. We're not like we deserve to be where we are. Like this is it. This is not because of people say injuries, suspensions, they play a part too. But one player being missing or two players, let's say Calafiori and Gabriel, it shouldn't be what I'm seeing. We don't generate enough chances in games, guys. If I ask you guys, tell me all the chances we had in 90 minutes against Fulham, you're not naming more than four. And we had a lot of the ball. A lot of the ball. We should be peppering Fulham. We should be trying things. And obviously there are going to be games. It doesn't all come off.
Like, listen, man, Fulham are fifth in the XG against table, bro. Come on, like
I ain't hearing that, Adi. How many saves did Leno have to make? How many? How many, guys? Like, this is not acceptable. And this is why we're always going to fall short because we let games peter out. We're keeping the ball. We think we're in control. We're not doing enough with the ball. And opposition team are happy with that. They're happy for Arsenal to have the ball. Let's see what you've got. If it's not Odegaard and Saka, what's happening?
Nah.
But listen,
do you know what? I've got to say, right? Yeah, obviously you're blowing steam in it. You don't believe everything that you just said there. Like, guys aren't happy to let Arsenal have the ball.
I don't believe.
That's not true.
Pardon?
That's not true. Teams are not happy to let Arsenal have the ball. That's not true.
Bro, did you see what Fulham were doing? Fulham are a team that on the ball, by the way. They play football.
Obviously, I didn't
left the ball to us.
Yeah, obviously, I didn't watch yesterday, so
I'm going for what I saw. Sorry, Steve will give us the more breakdown because he watched the full match. I'm going for what I saw in the second half. Maybe they were like that because they're already a goal up. Maybe. I don't know. But to me, it looked like they were comfy to just stay in there, low block, mid block, whatever it was. Let Arsenal do that tippy-tappy stuff. We cut off all the spaces and let's see what they've got. That's what it seemed like to me. But Steve, over to you, man.
Yeah, no, I think that was the game plan. Listening to Marco Silva in the press conference yesterday, he said that they'd had quite a big week. They went to Spurs, then they faced Brighton in the week, and then obviously faced Arsenal. So they exerted themselves physically. They probably didn't want to be as deep and as compact as they were forced to. I'm going to say forced to because I think we did pen them in. But yeah, we didn't give them too many problems to worry about. We weren't stressing them out of the shape that they're in. Yeah, generally speaking, I think we've seen that away performance from Arsenal quite a few times over the last 2 seasons, unfortunately. And as Arsenal fans, I think we know what we're going to see, especially in the first 5 or 10 minutes based on our performance sometimes. And especially when we go 1-0 down, I think we all get nervous because we're not entirely convinced that we're going to score the goals, especially if the opposition are solid defensively and compact. Martin Odegaard, I think he twisted his ankle after a Sanderberg challenge in the first half. And after that, I think you guys know, when Odegaard gets like some sort of kick, I feel like his game's done. Like he never seems to recover. And it happened again yesterday. Plus the midfield duo of Fulham were really good. They crowded him out of the game. I thought Saka was okay against Robinson. I think he probably got the better of him. But those two are the main guys.
Sorry. Someone said he was pocketed. Did you say that?
No, he wasn't.
Did I read that on Twitter?
I didn't say that. I just said that he didn't.
Yeah, that's Twitter. He wasn't.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
It's a shame. I feel like the Martinelli for Trossard substitution on the 60th minute was pre-planned because it made no sense to me. I know Trossard wasn't amazing, but he was starting to gain a bit of joy in the second half, early in the second half, and then all of a sudden his numbers coming up and then he goes off. But overall, my feeling, the reason why I'm sad today is because like when you look at it from the bigger picture is the fact that we've spent a lot of money and we're really lacking in quality. So it's not like it's a thing where I'm sitting there thinking, oh, it's okay, we can go again, we're going to try. Like we spent 70 million on Kai Havertz. There was a ball that Declan Rice pinged into into Havertz. He just made a run inside. He couldn't control the ball, guys. And he went straight to a centre-back. And Havertz was, you know when he gets ragdolled and he's all flustered. And I was thinking, that guy cost 70 million. Like, this is meant to be, you know when players do certain things for top teams and you're like, that's why they're a top team and that's why they've just scored that goal. Declan Rice fizzed the ball into Havertz. He couldn't control it, guys.
But can I ask though, how often do we see that though? Do you think that's like that's a thing? Do you feel like Havertz?
No.
I feel like he's tidy with his feet.
Havertz.
You don't think he's tidy with his feet?
Never.
No.
Are you sure?
I don't think he's tidy with his feet. No.
No.
You don't think Havertz is good with his feet?
With his feet or like, hold up.
Yeah, like
With his feet?
bro, he ain't like
No chance.
who can I compare him to? Who's rubbish? Like he ain't like Marwan Shamak. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like he's alright with his feet.
No, but I don't think he's clean. Like sometimes when he gets into duels
he
or
ain't
where there's
Trossard. Like he ain't like
no.
loose.
To be fair, I think Jules, I think he's actually okay, Steve. I don't think he's too bad.
He's not loose.
I just don't. I don't back him to like
ball in tight spaces.
retain the ball. Yeah, tight spaces. That's it. Tight spaces.
Yeah. Listen, he ain't the second coming of Santi Cazorla. He's no Leandro Trossard. You know what I'm saying, but like he ain't a flipping donkey with a ball. Like, you know, like Bentner, guys like that. When they get the ball and like they're just too long, like they don't know what they're doing. Come on, man, that's not Havertz.
You're saying really bad players now.
No, but that's what you lot are trying to make. Like you lot are saying, like he ain't tidy.
No.
He's all right.
It's relative to the
but but that's our marquee. That was our marquee signing.
We spent a lot of money. We didn't spend a lot of money for basic.
Yeah, but
this is the highest paid player at the club.
Yeah, but you need to know.
He's the highest paid player at the club.
What did you think we bought? Like we didn't buy like a flipping.
Yeah, I know, and that's what made me sad. I was thinking, like the manager said a few things yesterday, and I watched his interview afterwards. He said, "Listen, there's not many teams that can come to a place and do what we did." And I thought, why did he say that? But he's thinking from a defensive perspective. He's thinking we didn't get because we only gave 2 shots away, which is great. And another thing he said in the press conference was,
all right, sorry, Steve. You were saying Arteta's press conference.
Yeah, and the second thing he said, which was not alarming because we already knew, but he said we need to ensure that in the future we don't give the opposition anything. And I thought that's another thing. So obviously we know Arteta's a pragmatist. Like it's always been about shape, not conceding goals. And that 22-23 season, the more time I think about it, it feels like a flash in the pan because I feel like what we have now, what we've built over the last few seasons is what he wants. Ideally is his ideal team. And that kind of scared me a bit because I was thinking, there's no way you're looking at that performance. Because a lot of the journalists were asking, you guys haven't created too much in open play and this, that in the last few games. And he was just batting it off. And I was thinking, is this a game? Like, are you just trying to get all the negative energy out of it? Or do you actually believe that if we continue playing the way we're playing, we're going to be fine in most matches? Which, for most part, he's right. I think if we'd won that game yesterday, I don't think too many people would have said we nicked it. But we do lack something. We lack threat. And when you compare us to the other teams in the top of the table, Chelsea yesterday, I'm sure we'll talk about, and Liverpool, they always look like they can score. We don't. We don't, man. I know we scored goals this week, but it feels like we are either relying on the magic and production of Bukayo Saka, or we're relying on the magic of Martin Odegaard. And hopefully we're relying on somebody else. And set pieces now, which is fine. But it's not enough if you want to win the league. Like, we know that. So we know this league and we know this division. You need attackers.
Can I ask a question? Obviously, last season we scored the most goals that we've scored in a Premier League season, right? Do you think it's down to personnel, because obviously you have both been on record saying that we don't have enough quality. Like Arsenal, we lack quality going forward, right? So obviously we don't have the
Yeah.
moments player. We know that. Is it down to personnel or is it down to tactical instruction? Do you feel like? Do you feel like?
Both.
I don't want to say that Arteta's too rigid because we obviously have spells where we're free scoring. If you look at the game before, sorry if I say, if you look at the game before the last game, obviously we've been free flowing in the past few games, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll put it out to you guys. Is it tactics or is it personnel?
Do you want to go first, kids?
Yeah, I think it's personnel. I think it's personnel. I think obviously you got a bit of tactics in there, but I think our main issue more so is personnel. And the reason why I say that is because um I've noticed, yeah, most games we don't win if we go a goal down. Like, and I don't actually know the statistics behind that. I don't know the facts behind that. But even when I think off the top of my head, the games we've dropped points this season, most of them we've gone a goal behind first, and we don't have the quality to be able to get back into games and to be able to turn the scoreline around, like a Liverpool do, for example. Where Liverpool, I think, even last season there was so many games they'll go down and go first. Second half they'll come out, they'll win the game. We don't necessarily have too many games like that. And we don't have that quality to be able to break teams down once they go ahead and they just say, all right, cool, break us down. We seem to struggle. I think of Bournemouth as an example. Obviously, Bournemouth, the red card, so I'm not even going to use that too much of an example. But then I think of Newcastle as a prime example where they
So
scored early.
can I just ask, is
Yeah,
that this season or in general under Arteta? What do you think of that?
I'm talking in general under Arteta.
Okay, cool. Because
I'm
this
talking
season,
general.
after falling behind, we've only got 5 points.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's not great. Is it?
I know Southampton's one of them. But I know this season again we lost to Newcastle.
We drew against City.
Yeah, we drew against City, which was unfortunate. So, but yeah, like most of the games where where we're winning, especially the away games, I'm talking about anyway. Home games might be a bit different, but the away games, I'm noticing a particular theme where if we go down, especially early, we struggle to be able to. And we'll have the ball, by the way. We'll
So
have the ball. We'll look like we control.
just
We'll
to
look
add to
like
that,
we should be.
so it's kind
Yeah.
of just to add to that, last season we only got 11 points after falling behind, which was 12th in the league.
Yeah, and this is a team that's going for the league. So 12th in the league, that's not good enough, is it? And I'm sure if you compare that to Liverpool, by the way, where are you getting these stats from? You're moving nuts. But anyway,
28. Liverpool got 28.
and we got 12.
You got your iPad in front of you.
Yeah. It's from my iPad, yeah.
Bro, I think some mudded up.
No, he's moving nuts. But I like it.
Yeah,
bro.
no.
I like it.
No.
I like it. Still.
Last season,
Okay,
Liverpool got
so
28
cool.
points.
And
And
we've got 12.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it's nuts.
actually
It's
crazy.
nuts. But this is why Liverpool always seem to be up there. They don't they can go down in a game and it doesn't necessarily. Sorry. Sorry.
They could go down in the game. Oh, it's me.
Yeah, they could go down in the game and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna lose the game.
Yeah.
Like for example, the facts that you said there, 28 points, that's a lot. But for us, I just feel like we lack quality. Like you shouldn't go 1-0 down and it's a common theme that you're gonna lose the game. I don't feel like that should be the case. But it seems to be with us that when we go 1-0 down, we don't have the quality or the know-how to be able to break down low blocks and be able to win games.
Yeah, I can't. It's tough to disagree with that. It's tough to disagree. I just think in terms of recruitment as well. I know we spoke about it so many times, but that 22-23 season, obviously the football was great. Obviously, when we went to the Etihad and we got pammed 4-1 and we got physically dominated that game, that completely shifted everything for Arteta, man. We've gone too far the other way. Like, there's balance in football. But what we've now become in terms of how we play, I think it's gone too far now.
Do you know what? Because I don't agree with this.
I just think it's too much, man.
What
I
don't you
don't
agree
agree,
with?
man.
What
Like
don't
even
you
how
agree
we
with?
Like we spent 105 million on Declan Rice. Look at how we use him, man.
Okay, I agree with that.
What
But if
don't
you're
you
saying
agree
that,
with?
I think that's two different things. So what I don't agree with is how much is made of the way we've changed from 22, 23. And there might be stats that factually suggest that we have maybe become more defensive or whatever. Cool.
Bro,
But for me, I don't think that's sorry.
we've, sorry, I'll let you finish, but we have definitely changed. Our style of football has definitely changed.
It may have changed, but I don't think we've gone from an attacking team to a defensive team. I don't think so. I still feel like we go into games and our thought process and our plan of action is to attack the opponent. I don't
Yeah, of
feel like we're
course.
some sort of Jose Mourinho team or
No,
we're
no,
some
no.
sort
Yeah.
of Diego Simeone. I don't get that feeling when I watch Arsenal. I
I
still
agree
feel
with
like
you.
we go to game and we're still trying to put the opposition. We're still trying to generate chances. We just lack the quality to be able to do so. That's what I feel.
Do you,
But he has made us solid foundation. Our foundation is defense, which is not a bad thing, but he has made us
Yeah,
solid
of course.
from a foundation standpoint. But it doesn't mean that that's what we rely on to win games. I still think he still wants us to attack. He still wants us to go forward. We still try to, do what we can do to score goals.
do you know what? Yeah,
And I think actually when you look at the goals that we scored, you can see that as well. Like you don't score as many goals as we have under him, if that's the case as well.
I think for me, let's just call a spade, innit? Because like it comes down to recruitment. It comes down to who are we buying? Because Steve mentioned that we've spent, was it 700 million, whatever it may be. And I think we can all see it, man. The biggest problem is we don't have we don't have the talent in our forward line to bail us out of games. So you guys have mentioned Chelsea, you guys have mentioned Liverpool, you guys have mentioned all these other sides. They've got more. Do they have more? Yeah, like Liverpool for one, they've got more firepower than us. Do you know what I mean? Like our left side, if we
Chelsea
were,
now do too.
I was hesitant to say Chelsea because I don't. To be honest, yeah, you're right. You're right. They've actually got options.
Bro, like yesterday in the 90th minute, João Felix came on the
They've got
pitch.
options. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And the options that we
Still,
have,
madam.
yeah,
Still starts for us.
the options that we have quite clearly, like we need more, man. We need more. If we're gonna win this league, we need more. And I think for me, one thing that's just been upsetting is the fact that like we can all see it as fans that we need something there. Obviously, the Havertz thing as centre forward, it started well. It's not going too great right now, but Havertz wasn't bought to be a centre forward. It's a makeshift.
Mhm.
It's a makeshift thing that's happening right now. Like Isak is there, Gyökeres is there, Liao is there, Nico Williams is there. Like there are guys that can improve our squad right now. Why are we not going for them?
And
Lookman would help the squad right now. Whatever anyone says, Lookman would he'd be an upgrade on Martinelli. Sorry,
100%.
goods.
And just on that, yeah, just on that point that you're saying, like especially when we're criticizing Havertz as well. The only reason why I give criticism with the Havertz signing is because that money was used as the marquee sign. Like, so if Arsenal were a team that could spend 65 million on Havertz, but I know that the next season or the next January, we can now spend another 70 million on another winger, I wouldn't necessarily have too much of a problem. But I know how our club operates here, and we only spend money in periods, right? We spent a lot of money, like Steve said, 700 million. I don't expect us now to go and spend another 700 million in 5 years. I actually don't actually expect that. Even though we need it, we probably need it, but I don't see that happening. So when we're spending this money, it's like you've now spent 65 million on Havertz, and he's not good enough in midfield or striker in this dynamic. He might be good enough if we had a top left winger and a top right winger, and he's playing there. But you're not going to buy that top left winger now because you spent 65 million on Havertz. And if you are going to buy that top left winger, then great, we can go. We can actually go with Havertz as the number 9. It could work. But right now, with this dynamic, the balance is off. It's not working because we don't have a guaranteed goal scorer. And Saka, as much as great as he is, he's not a guaranteed goal scorer. He's a great player who can create and also score, but he's not going to guarantee you score every single week. Now we need someone on the other side that is kind of going to score, either striker or left side, who's going to put the ball in the back of the net, and can work with Saka, and Saka can also score and create and do what he's doing. Right now, we're limited right now. And that's why Havertz gets a lot of criticism from me personally. I criticize the signing because you can't buy Havertz and keep and put him up there because you know he's not good enough to score enough goals to get to the title, and we don't have anyone else on the left side that can compensate that. So if it's not Saka that's scoring, who is scoring in this team? Because Odegaard's also another creator. He done well that season that got 15, but that's not something you can rely upon. So what are you really saying here? Look at them. Look at the players. Who can you count on to score goals week in, week out? Every team, every title-winning team has had someone that has fired them there. Like, think about all the teams. Salah's currently doing it with Liverpool. You need goals. I watched Liverpool against Newcastle, yeah? Newcastle could have been... Actually, I didn't watch it telling I was at the Emirates. But anyway.
This guy's insane. This guy's truly insane.
But I saw the highlights of that game, yeah. Newcastle could have been 2-0 up. Newcastle could have been out of sight. But once the game stays in the balance and it's still 1-0, what does Mohamed Salah do? He scores a brace and turns the game on its head. And that's how games quickly... Liverpool are not great in total, in the whole 90 minutes. But they have moments in games where they can quickly turn the game. We don't have that. We need to be good for a long period of the game to win the game. And that's what we struggle with, because not every week is going to be your week. Like you said, in isolation, a draw at Fulham shouldn't necessarily be too bad, but we know there's more of these performances coming.
I think that comes from Arteta.
Yesterday was...
No. I think it comes from Arteta. You know what you said in terms of like Liverpool pick and choose their moments to kill the game. Arteta has said it time and time again. He's been on record saying he wants us to dominate from the start to the end. He wants us to dominate in all possession, in all aspects of the game. Yeah. The reality is in football, which is not bad. It's a good philosophy to have, but the reality is in football, and I think that's not going to happen every week.
It's not. But I think Slot is similar. I think Slot also wants to dominate for 90 minutes in terms of how he plays. But he's lucky he has a player. No, definitely.
Not that I disagree. But look at the City game. The City game, they went at them in the first half. They went at them. They smelled blood. They went for it. But then in the second half, you could see that they allowed City to have a lot more of the ball because they thought, okay, let's manage the game now. Do you know what I mean? So like,
because of the opponent. No, facts. But I think that's more so because of the opponent that they're playing, and they know a Pep Guardiola team is going to come out in the second half and throw something at them. So you'd be stupid to just continue playing that Tottenham, what Angela's did. You get packed. But they have a smart manager. But what I'm saying is, I think Slot has a way of wanting to dominate the ball and dominate games. But when it's not working like that, he has a player in his ranks that is able to still pick his moments and change games for them when it's not working. Honestly, guys, we would not be having this conversation that we're having right now about trying to dominate all phases of the game and all of that if we had a player that was a game changer. That when things are getting a bit rough, a guy that can look at, bro. I was thinking about this today. We signed Sterling on loan, yeah. We signed Sterling on loan, and Chelsea went to go and get Sancho to replace Sterling. And did you see the goal that Sancho scored for them to get back in the game?
Yeah, but that's not Sancho's back though. But that's not Sancho's back though.
He scored a similar goal.
That's not Sancho's bag.
What do you mean?
It was a good goal, but that's not Sancho's bag, bro.
He scored that same goal for United.
All right. Are you not taking Sancho? Are you not taking Sancho?
100%.
Over Sterling?
Are you
joking?
No, if we had the option to buy Sancho, would you not buy Sancho?
Yeah, no, he does.
You're not buying Sancho, bro. You're not buying Sancho.
I don't know him on a personal level, but he doesn't seem like a serious guy.
Listen, he's not my first choice, but he's better than what we have. That's a fact. He is better than what we have. That's not even that's not a debate.
Sancho don't work hard, bro. Like, he don't work hard off the ball, and that's a big part of being an Arsenal player.
You wouldn't have taken him over Sterling at that point when we signed him. I don't believe that. 100% don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, Sancho's PR was in the ground. Bro. You know what? It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up.
You lot are violated. We ain't taking Jadon Sancho, bro. Come on, let me he's not even fast. He's not even fast, bro. Like,
bro. But either way, there's no one in our team. Like, basically, I'm talking about the level of quality that is needed to be able to change games. And he displayed that yesterday. Whether that's what he does week in, week out, that can be debated. But we need players. We don't see that stuff, guys. We don't see ourselves go 2-0 down.
Outside of Saka.
Yeah. We don't see it. And you can't
Trossard had a period. Trossard had a period, but obviously we've seen how that's going.
I still think he's got that. I think he's still got that. It's just his all-round game is so up and down.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to get him off the pitch because he's so bad.
Trossard has a ceiling, man.
But
I agree with that.
He can give you some.
He could contribute.
I don't look to Trossard in tough moments, and I don't expect much from him.
No,
I think
you
he can score, of course.
Come on,
guys, man. Like the level is different.
Let's
Think
invite
about the level we're talking about here.
let's invite Ifa to the conversation. Obviously, you guys just heard him there. Ifa, how do you feel about Arsenal right now, man? Obviously, we dropped points against Fulham. Things are looking a bit. I don't know. You tell me how you feel.
I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a thing where there are like some deficiencies. There are some deficiencies with our team right now, but then also I feel like sometimes as fans we can be very spoiled or entitled at the same time, because while like I go into most games thinking, yeah, like this is 3 points we should be able to win. Also at the same time, I can't like say, oh yeah, the Premier League is like stacked quality wise, or I can't like, okay, like for example, if this was like Liverpool, Fulham or something like that, I can't go into this game thinking, oh yeah, you know what, Fulham can do something here against Liverpool and get something. But then when it's us, not have that same thought process, if that kind of makes sense, which is like, which I get like, so basically what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I'm annoyed we didn't beat Fulham, but I think that can happen. And I don't think every time like we drop points or whatever, it's a thing where, okay, yeah, things are going out of control, or like I have to question the team, because I think the team and a lot of the players they've shown me that they are good to like touching elite players. So I just don't think it's right anymore for me to like every time we question, oh yeah, like can these guys do it and all this stuff.
No,
but that being said,
do you not question stuff when you're seeing the same things repeatedly happening? It's the context that I'm talking about. Dropping points is dropping points, fine. But when I'm seeing that we're dropping points more time when we go behind, when I'm seeing that we're dropping points more time when the manager has one player missing and he has to change up the whole team, and then it kind of affects our performance, and then we drop more. It's the common theme of what I don't feel like we're learning from past mistakes. That's where I'm getting frustrated. It's not like we've absolutely peppered opposition and it's one of them ones, and it's not. It's the same things we've seen. We've seen that Fulham game before. Like Steve said, we've seen that a lot of times this season and probably last season. It's not a different type of drop points. That's what I'm saying. It's like we keep winning in a certain way and we also drop points a certain way, which is quite frustrating. And that's why we keep coming back and having these conversations, because I feel like some of these things are avoidable, but we're not avoiding them.
On what you're saying on that point, it is similar to what Ifa said. Like, we're playing good teams. Do you know what I mean? Like, we are playing good teams. I think if we lose the game, that's a different conversation we're having. And bro, if Martinelli was 2 centimeters, 5 centimeters onside, we're winning this game. The narrative is very different right now. So
100% it's different.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's the fine margin.
Yeah,
that's the fine margin.
And that being said, like I do get what you mean. And again, I'm not totally boiling it down to, oh yeah, it's just drop points, because I said there are like some deficiencies and stuff like that. But then I think in terms of when you're saying we're seeing the same things, I think realistically, if you probably like, especially for good teams or like us or whatever, if a team wants to beat us, there is like, as much as like there's a like we want to say there probably is a bit of a blueprint on how teams wanna beat us. So I feel like when we do get beat or we do get drop points or whatever, it's gonna be like that, because obviously teams are gonna work to.
Sorry, Ifa, can I just
stop what you do best?
On what you're saying, what is the blueprint to beat Arsenal? So if you feel like there is a blueprint to beat Arsenal, what do you think that looks like? I
think generally, if you want to beat us, it's just you just got to stop you just got to stop us. But the thing's like, it's weird because as much as people are taking the piss of what Arteta said about he's never seen a team do what they did to Fulham on the weekend, I don't feel like we played bad. I don't feel like I feel like we created a lot of chances. Like, did Fulham do enough to? Huh?
A lot of chances.
We had quite a bit of chances, you know.
Steve, Steve, that's for you to come in because you watched the game and obviously you had thoughts on
There weren't clear-cut chances, but we created enough to score enough goals to win the game. Yeah,
on another day, that could have like if. And again, like, sorry, I'm going all over the place, but which again, one deficiency is like guys not putting away their chances. But on another day, with some of those chances we had, we probably win that game like 3-1, like or whatever. So like, I don't.
You're basically saying that we need to have 100% success rate in all our chances, which doesn't happen.
That's not how it works, though.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't happen for any team. That's what I'm saying.
I know, but like, how many
generate enough chances?
How many chances did we have against West Ham?
We
didn't have like loads.
We took every single one. Legit.
There we go. Sometimes that can happen.
Okay,
but
fair.
We didn't have loads of clear cut like one-on-ones. Of course, it's not going to happen, but there was enough there for us to make something of it.
Guys, I will not come in.
We were cutting them open at will. Like, it was clear chances. I'm not talking about like little half ones here and there.
Yeah,
like,
but
the Havertz chance, which dribbled past the post, is a half chance for me. I'm not looking at thinking you have to bag this. But you should be doing better.
Can I come into the conversation? So obviously we're all giving our thoughts and feelings and whatnot, yeah. But let's listen. Let's just have it out. Yeah. Obviously, I saw an opinion. Shout out Clock NH. I think it was him that said it. He said that if Enzo Maresca finishes above Mikel Arteta, we should sack the manager. So my question is, obviously, me personally, I think that's a bit harsh. But like I said off air, we're getting to a point where we need to win trophies. Like, trophies is currency in football. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, we're gonna end up like Spurs. We're gonna end up like Pochettino. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect to him and them, but how do you guys feel about not winning the big stuff, man?
It's what I dream about every day. It's what I care about. It's the reason why I accept the football that I'm watching. I don't watch it. I don't enjoy watching us play. I don't love how we play.
Sorry. Can I? I'll let you carry on. When I said the other week, yeah, that we don't play attractive football, and these lot were saying to me that, I'm listening to the media and all of that. Yeah, I'm going with the media narrative. Why don't you have anything to say?
That's nothing to do with me, though.
You're such a politician.
That's nothing to do with me. Do you know what it is? It's because it was. You said that off the back of Jamie Carragher and the whole Jose thing, innit?
No, bro. I've said this to.
That was the same time, innit?
No. But I've said this to you before. Like, I don't think our football is the most attractive all the time. I think it's effective.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, but when I was saying it then, you didn't say nothing, bro. The man them were getting on to me. Do you know, bro, I was heated that day. That was the Newcastle game.
All right, do you guys understand what I'm saying when I say I don't love the football? Like,
yeah,
I don't love it.
I said the same thing. I don't love the football. But I was saying the same thing.
I feel like you're overreacting, like Loki, and like
wait,
also
Jetty?
I kind of agree
with me or me or Addy?
You. Oh. I think you're overreacting with that statement because, like, I'm pretty sure I can if I was to go into the chat and then like against when we played Sporting, I'm probably looking at messages. At probably one point you'd be like, "Oh, my days were." There's been times where I've seen like, "Oh, my days were so good." This is that
because we like to win.
I think. Yeah, I hear that, but like I get. I think
I'm with Ife.
I think this is overblown because I get what you mean, where like we don't play the most attractive football, whatever. But do you know what? I think even if you look at us in again, this is all stylistic. Let me not even go too deep in this, but I think it's overblown. I think we're a team where and Arteta said I think he's probably said that he's been quite consistent with this, where he wants to be able to win in multiple ways. Our base way of winning I think our base way of like how we want to win would be like against Sporting, the way we just like we're moving the ball about, we're cutbacks, we're scoring like the quote unquote kind of possession, the possession passing football, positional play, whatever. That's like our base. That's our base way of winning. That's what we still. That's the way we still try. That's like our route one of always trying to win. And then obviously now then like we have like other ways of trying to win as well. So again, if that maybe isn't working, like maybe that for example against United, where we're not able to get that rhythm going or that we haven't got that flow in, it is again okay. We can score from we can score from set pieces. I think even like like we don't do it a lot, but if you look at the Chelsea game like last year, like that was one of the few games where you actually saw us like almost play like a transition team. So like we can when it is kind of available, we can kind of like hit teams on the transition and play like a transition team. So I don't get what you mean why you don't love like.
Sorry.
Do you know what?
I don't. Right, so, for example, yesterday I was watching Chelsea. Like, I think the players that you have on the pitch, they decide how you play, right? So at the moment, unfortunately, we're playing Declan Rice in pockets. It sucks. We're going route one to Havertz at the time. We're mixing it up. Sometimes he's winning second balls. I hate that shit. I hate the fact that Martin Odegaard is stuck on the right hand side in a pod with Saka. And they have an overlapping fullback. Like it's the same shit every single week. I want fluidity. I want movement. I want the wide players to swap sometimes. I like the midfield to be able to rotate. I like how Lavia, Enzo, and Palmer will rotate in the midfield. I like that. That's what I want. One touch. Zip it into someone's feet. I want that football. That's what I like to see. And I've seen that in 22-23. But unfortunately, we want to win now. So we've got to make a few changes. But I think the manager's gone too far in the direction of just being physical, over-imposing. That's what I hate. That's what I'm saying like, in terms of what I like.
But then what you're saying is also kind of contradictory because some of those things that you've just said, we did not see it in 22-23. Like Odegaard, Odegaard rotating or like that. We probably haven't since we've been good. We probably haven't seen that. In fact,
we saw Odegaard because we had a build-up problem last season, and Arteta started dropping Odegaard a bit deeper. Remember?
Yeah, he started dropping him a bit deeper, but in terms of wingers switching positions, like 22-23, we never saw a thing where Saka will go over to the left, Martinelli will go to the right.
Yeah,
Odegaard will go left mid. Like we've never seen that.
I also said the players that you choose also have an impact on how you play, and Gabriel Jesus, especially that first half of the season, that fluidity, that energy. Like Zinchenko as well coming in, doing that inverted stuff. It was nice. I like that kind of stuff. And I like what I'm seeing from
Xhaka's contribution as well to that.
Yeah, I like that. I don't love the football I'm watching right now, but I'm not complaining because I understand it.
Sorry, Steve. I sidetracked it. Like we're now talking about stylistics and styles and all that kind of stuff. But you were saying in terms of winning and in terms of trophies and all that kind of stuff. Like, what was your point in terms of that?
Yeah, no, I understand. This is what you have to do. This is why. Sorry, taking it back to Spurs, but Spurs are never going to be a serious establishment under Ange because he doesn't respect the game. There are different areas to the game. There's different facets. He doesn't give a damn. Do you know what he said? He said, "I'm here to entertain people." What the hell does that mean? Can you imagine if your manager said that on TV? What does that mean? You want to entertain people. You want it to be 5-4 every game. Yeah? You want to concede chances. No. So I understand that you need to have a defensive foundation. You need to be able to go to different grounds and be able to play your style, impose your style. But in terms of the makeup of the personnel that we have, it's like you can't rely on two guys to be at it. Odegaard and Saka one of them have to be on it for us to win a game. It feels that way. And that is unacceptable. With £700 million spent, it's not good enough. So there's no excuses anymore. People can say, oh, God, like, yeah, we've got this, we're lacking this, oh, we need this. We've spent money.
So are you onto Arteta then?
We keep buying defenders.
Are you onto it?
I think.
No, well, I'm frustrated with him, but I love the guy at the same time. He's brought us here. He's the reason why we're competing. So
I think the thing with Arteta in terms of the personnel, because I think ultimately our biggest kind of issues, whatever, is is like, I think it is attack. I feel like he's become. It's weird because obviously at the time he came in, we had like quite a young core, especially in attack. So like we didn't really. I feel like we needed to like bring players in attack as well, but because they were young and they looked promising, it was also kind of a thing where you kind of wanted to go with that kind of that young attacking core, and like see what they progressed into. And I think Arteta, I don't necessarily blame him that much, but I think he is a bit too trusting when it comes to players, because I feel like he should have seen,
Sorry, but
he should have seen like the
that's to his
writing on the
detriment
wall.
though. That's one of the problems. That's been
Yeah,
one of the problems
no, no,
with him.
that's what I'm saying. I was saying he's like he's been a bit too trusting with some of these
Yeah.
guys because, and again, do you know what? I even would almost say it's almost kind of like the history of Arsenal in a sense, in the fact where it's almost it can also be like a double edged sword where it is part of our kind of like culture, but it also hurts us because sometimes I feel like, especially like we said, like going into this summer, I feel like even though we had nothing to go against, I feel like we all kind of felt okay. We went toe to toe with City. City are gonna have some sort of drop off, so we need to take advantage of this. I feel like if we were like a Chelsea, I don't love what they do, but I do like some of the things they do. If we were like a Chelsea, maybe even like a Man City, maybe even like a old like United, like back in the day, we say, you know what, these players are good, but we want to get to that next level. So we're gonna spend money. What we're gonna like. Obviously, we love Martinelli. We think he's got potential. This is that. But at the same time, we want to say, you know what? As much as we love him and we think he can be this guy, we want to win as well. So fuck that. So we're gonna go and we're gonna bring someone in who can quote unquote block his pathway. And then
But
if he's better than that player,
do you know what's
comes in.
sickening? Do you know
And
what's
if he's
sickening
not,
about that?
then
Arteta can do that because he done that to Ramsdale. He does that to our defenders. He brought in Timber. He brings in Calafiori. He knows how to do that. But why can't you do that for the attackers?
I think Ramsdale's a bit of a situation, is a like different. Obviously, like we might, it might be a whole another debate, but me personally, I never like even Ramsdale at his best. I still didn't like it. So like, and again, I feel like with Ramsdale, I think obviously we saw in the quote in like what the quotes what happened behind the scenes where Ramsdale came to him and said, I can't do, or like I'm not comfortable doing this. And then Arteta said, okay, you know what, that's fine. Let's kind of let's work to a bit of a compromise. But obviously, I think because not that he went against Arteta or he went against his philosophy, but he said he can't do what he wants. So Arteta was like, okay, you know what, cool. We're gonna work on a compromise. I'm gonna keep you for now, but I've listened to what you said, and I'm gonna get someone in who can do that. In terms of like Calafiori, I don't know if he brought him to be a left back or a centre back or whatever, but I feel like again he had someone like Kivior, kind of like a fringe player. He realized he's not someone he can bring in. He's not someone he thought like he can bring in and like step up. So he brought him in. Whereas, so I feel like that's why it is with the defense. But maybe again, like I said, maybe it's because with the attackers, quite a few like they're younger and that they do have quote unquote upside or something. But I think that's.
If I need it black and white, bro, are you onto Arteta?
I don't.
Are you onto him?
Like,
are you, how much patience have you got with him? Gids, are you onto Arteta? How much patience have you got with this guy?
I think the context, it sounds like I'm copping out, but I think the expectation is to win. And I think I don't even need to say that because I think the expectation on him is to win as well. So I'm expecting him to still deliver this season. I still feel like we can. But I think like how things end at the end of the season, I think the context, like that is going to determine a lot of the context. But like Steve said, we spent a lot of money. This team is in his mold. He has like, if he wanted to bring someone in, he could have brought someone in. I mean, I guess in some ways he signed off on someone like Sterling, whatever. He signed off of letting Vieira go. Signed off or been in agreement with a lot of these things. It's not like they've just said, "Oh, this is happening," he's had to accept it. So he doesn't really have any excuse. He doesn't have any excuses like that. The only thing I will kind of say is when people say this whole trophy, we need to win a trophy, we need to win a trophy. I feel like people need to add the context that we need to win the Champions League or the Premier League, because if we win, because even that aside, people say, "Oh, he needs to win some sort of trophy." If we finish this season second in the FA Cup, people will not be happy. People will not be happy. So I don't buy into this. Oh, we just need to win a trophy.
He does need to win a trophy, though. That's not even whether we'll be happy or not. That's another conversation for another day. But he needs to win a trophy, or his job becomes a problem.
Yeah, I guess obviously it's my impression. I don't think
trophies. He can't. He can't sack off trophies. Like he can't just.
Yeah, I'm not saying he should sack off trophies, but I feel like I feel like his job only becomes a real pressure if we don't win the Premier League or Champions League. Because I'm sorry, I would like to see us win the FA Cup or Carabao Cup, but it does nothing. It does nothing. It does nothing. It does nothing.
I agree with him.
It does nothing.
It's not true. What are you guys talking about? It does nothing. Of course, it does something.
What does it
do?
It's a trophy in the cabinet. It's history. What are you talking about? We've not won anything for 5. What you guys are doing? Bro, are we a team that was blessed with winning trophies every year? Let's not do that.
If Arteta wins the Carabao Cup, does that do anything for him? Is the pressure still going to be to
we've got less than a minute? Yeah. If I look back, you might be right. The football might not have been amazing, but the way I felt that season, that was everything to me. That's my favourite Arsenal season. Yeah, 22-23 is my favourite Arsenal season.
Okay. As an adult / young man or whatever, yeah, it is.
That's serious.
Yeah. Because I'm too young for Invincibles and all that.
Bro, last season was better than that.
Yeah, for real.
Last season?
Not for me.
100% last season was better.
It was probably better, but for me,
especially
my
that
favourite
run
season.
Actually,
no, we won 16 out of 18 games. You're not
that January to the end of the season.
You know what? I didn't enjoy the wins because every win just felt like, okay, relief. Whereas 22-23, I was just like, oh my God, we've won again. Oh, we've won again.
22-23 was magic,
weird,
bro.
Man. I can't lie. That's weird.
22-23 was magic, bro. Bournemouth, the endorphins, bro. Are you serious? The Villa game.
Like when we went to Old Trafford last season.
I feel like you guys are.
I feel like 22-23 just epitomizes us being lit naily, man. Like I can't enjoy that.
I understand that.
How? When we weren't even supposed to be there.
How it ended though. How it ended was crazy.
Yeah, but we weren't supposed to be there. You not forgetting
how you finish, man. That's that finish. I can't. I'm sorry. You remember the finish?
Get lost, man.
The start
we won.
That's fair
We won
enough.
50 points. We won 50 points that season. 50 points in the first.
How much did you win in the second part of the season?
I will never forget. I will never forget.
No, it's not for me.
I think you guys are romanticizing that season a bit because there was a lot of like.
What happened last season then? What happened last season? We lost. We didn't win that.
Yeah, but we were statistically better that season.
Last season made me fit. Last season is kind of what's given is.
Yeah.
Last season made me think
that we could do it. Yeah.
And like, it's given like it's also why I'm not as stressed this season because I feel like we can, especially because majority of those players are still there. Like I know if we're wrapping everything up or whatever, but I feel like the copium that I've got at the moment is, I'm sorry, regardless of how, even when you're champions, you're gonna go through your kind of rough. You're gonna go through rough patches and good and like rough stretches of form or whatever. I feel like maybe again this might be coping, but I feel like we've kind of gone through ours now. Yeah. I feel like City have kind of had theirs, and like I think the worst of theirs is probably over. And it's crazy. Like I feel like they're being slept on a little bit too much especially when you consider the fact that they're like only 2 points off or however many points it is. But I don't think Liverpool have gone through that yet. Now, I'm not saying that Liverpool are going to go through like what City have gone through, lose five in the bounce. So I'm not even going to say they're going to have our type of form. All I'm saying is they're going to have some sort of drop off from what they're showing right now, and because of that, obviously, like they're experienced as well, so they can go on a run and do whatever. But because of that, I still like there's still hope. And I'm not trying to be a hater, but what was that? What was that season? What was that season where Salah was like at the start of the season he was losing it. Like we were actually saying, is he the best player in the world?
21,
I think
22, when we thought they were going to win a quadruple.
was that the season when like he scored like a mad goal against City?
Yeah,
Yeah,
21, 22.
Yeah. Do you remember the second half of that season from Salah?
Yeah, he went to AFCON, innit? Came back, and it was like it was his brother that was playing for Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch out for that.
Okay.
Watch out for that. But yeah, so I
Bro,
think,
he's
I
in
think
contract here. Remember that?
yeah, he's in contract, yeah, and he's like he's losing it.
Who are we
If
talking
they-
about?
if they-
Mo Salah?
Yeah.
You lot are trying to say his form is due to contract here. Can you not be serious right now?
No, when
It's
you are
definitely
in
a factor.
contract here, your level goes up.
Yeah, but this is
15%.
this is Mo Salah, bro. He's like one of the best. And anyway, let me.
Yeah,
Bro,
and
it's going-
and when
it's
he's
going
in contract,
crazy.
he's
That's
going
not
to
like-
elevate even more. It's definitely a factor whether you're Mo Salah or Theo Walcott. Like it's gonna.
Mo Salah. Can we just do this right now on air? Mo Salah or Ryan Giggs?
Salah, obviously.
Mo Salah.
Steve, like,
Yeah, Mo Salah, man.
Okay, all right, okay. Sorry, continue.
but like Ryan Giggs isn't the benchmark of this. I don't know why like you've done that like it's meant to be some like big thing.
No, because
I think-
guys were saying stuff to me. Guys were saying stuff to me that I can't say Ryan Giggs is better than certain players and whatnot. I think I said Gareth Bale was better than Ryan Giggs, and guys were telling me, "Oh, Ryan Giggs is longevity. Oh, 13 Premier League. Look at that punk over there with the Christmas tree next to him, dickhead. He was the guy that was trying to tell me that Ryan Giggs is this, Ryan Giggs is that."
Not everyone has respect for the game.
I don't know why Ryan Giggs has been used as the benchmark for forwards in the modern day Premier League because he just
There we
doesn't
go.
compare to
Different
them.
players, man.
Like,
Different
not
players.
like he just doesn't.
Mahrez or Giggs? Mahrez or Giggs? Who you taking?
Mahrez, obviously. Mahrez is clear. I don't know why you're like posing these questions like they're like the majority of
All
these
right.
like
David Beckham or flipping Sadio Mane.
Mane, obviously, like
I'm taking Mane.
Huh?
I'm taking Mane still.
Beckham, I'm actually taking Becks. I ain't
They're
gonna lie.
different players. They're different
Mane.
style of
I'm
players.
taking Mane.
Yeah, I think I'm taking.
but Steve, you're being a bit cheeky there because I feel like with Beckham, he's a bit more of a right mid, centre
He's a
mid,
midfielder,
whatever.
innit?
Whereas like Giggs, quote unquote Giggs, that
Giggs
his
played
thing
advanced.
was the wing.
He
was
played more
that
advanced
wide
than
man.
Beckham.
Guys, he ended his career in midfield. He's a
Yeah,
midfielder.
but he didn't play. But the
Yeah, when he
majority
was
of his
40
career,
years old. He's not a midfielder. Don't do that.
He
What are
played,
you
on,
talking
he
about?
played on the left of a 4-4-2. Or on the right of a 4-4-2.
Yeah, but he was more advanced. He was more advanced than Bex, though.
What does that
That's
mean?
our point.
He was more advanced than Bex. He had more facilities than David Beckham did.
What,
He was a pacey mate. Yeah, that's what you told me. You told me that he was.
he
was.
was.
class,
That's what he was.
Yeah, did you see all this? Did you see all that?
He was more of a quote unquote winger than like Beckham is. Like I don't think Beckham was ever really ever could have been seen as a winger.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on.
Sorry to sidetrack. Yeah, let's move on. All right, lads. Obviously, we've done the Arsenal thing. I think we've done over an hour. So let's just touch on the big talking points. Is there anything that we want to address? Man City's demise. Obviously, we don't really talk about Man City too tough, but like, how shocked are you guys that they are where they are?
I'm not surprised. They've got a lot of injuries. They've got no legs in midfield. They're
You
playing.
said Gundogan was going to be a good signing.
Steve.
He's been a cone. He has been a cone. He's been terrible.
What?
He looks washed.
No, but you said it was going to be a good signing, huh?
Yeah, I genuinely thought it was going to be, but he's washed. He's finished. Can't play at this level
Fair
anymore.
enough.
Yeah, so it is what it is, man. They've had their time. I'm sure they'll reset and they'll be back next season. But their transfer business has been terrible over the last few years, and now it's they've come back and they're paying for it.
I low-key think it's to do with the 115 charges. I think they might have known something was coming because they've not really cashed out in a while, have they? Thinking about it. But anyway, that's speculation. Chelsea, are Chelsea the real deal? Are they good? Are they in this title race?
Wait.
They've got a
When you
lot
say
of
real deal, relative to what? Because I think that has to be made clear.
Will Chelsea be in the title race?
Until
May.
No.
Until May.
Come May, will Chelsea be there?
No.
Yeah.
No.
But they've got a lot of quality. A lot.
Yeah.
I can't categorically say no.
Yeah, that's fair. That would be fair.
I'll be very shocked if they are though, because when I watch their games, I see the deficiencies. I think defensively they're just not good enough. Their goalkeeper is just not good enough, and I think that's going to make them drop a few points that you'd think that they would win, but they'll drop points as a result of that. Like yesterday, they very nearly dropped. They nearly dropped points, but obviously their attackers bailed them out. But that's not going to be able to happen every game. I think good teams need to have a solid defense, and I don't think they have that. And I think that's why City's struggling too. It's not that their attackers are just bad overnight. I just don't think they set themselves up well enough defensively to give them a chance in games now. Like even talking about the Palace game, moving on to City, I watched that game. Like Palace could have won that game easily. Like they could have went 2-0 up if it weren't for like a mad Ruben Diaz block. It was getting hot.
There we go.
Guys, we had some technical difficulties there. I think it's time to champ and chant because we don't know how long we've got left.
Bro.
Nah.
Before we do that, though, I want to say with Chelsea, I don't.
Yeah, do your thing, bro.
What you guys said, I think it's. Like, I'm sorry. My thing with Chelsea is, yeah, they're looking a lot better now and there, and I think they're probably going to get top four and whatnot. But they've spent a lot of money, so this should be the case. Do
They
you know what I
shouldn't
mean?
be this good this fast, though.
Huh?
They shouldn't be this good this fast.
You should if you spent the amount of money that they have.
No, I don't agree, man.
Because
Fully disagree.
Do you know what?
Fully disagree.
No, let me say this. Okay, obviously, I'm not saying that Maresca should have come in right now and instantly like challenging for the title. I'm not saying that. But compare these two situations. The reason why we were so shit for so long, especially when Arteta came in, is because look at the squad that we had. Do you think it would have taken us so long to get to the place we were if when Arteta came in we had the quality of players that they had and on top of that spent the money that they did in what you call it in his first transfer window? Because Maresca's coming. Obviously, Chelsea. There's just like you can say a lot about the dysfunction, and a lot of it is true and whatever. And they did have a lot of dead wood, but he's coming to a team that already had a lot of good quality, and then they've also bought some players as well this season. So this should be expected. You cannot spend the amount of money that they have. And
I think acquired the amount of quality they've acquired. Maybe I think that's the right term. Acquired the amount of quality or the level of quality that they've acquired, because you can spend money on rubbish like United keep doing it.
Yeah,
they spent 200 million on look at what they've got.
Yeah. Bro, Maresca's come in and inherited a squad that's got two £100 million midfielders. A six, bro.
Did you just do that?
Huh?
Is everyone seeing what Wim's doing?
No, what's he doing?
Sorry, anyway, sorry.
Is it raining? Yeah. Oh, he's putting thumbs up and stuff. Yeah, he's come in and taken control of a squad that has two £100 million midfielders. They've got £60 million in Nkunku. They've got Nicholas Jackson. They've got this. They've got obviously Cole Palmer. Like Cole Palmer's probably one of the best signings that they made. But they've got Cole Palmer. They've got.
Do you rate him now?
Pardon?
Do you rate him now?
I've never not rated him.
You said you think he's just one of these youth players that like just doing well.
No, I think no. That's what I said. I think in terms of like his talent, I don't think like in terms of his talent level, it's like, oh my days, like wow, like it's still like obviously now he's showing that this is his level. But at the time when he came in, I think it is it's surprising doing what he's doing because I never saw him and think, okay, yeah, this looks like a guy who's gonna be like so special like this and come in and like completely change their fortunes around. But yeah, again, basically look apart from goalkeeper, which I kind of agree, but if you look at their squad from top to bottom, from what they've bought and what Maresca's bought, it shouldn't be as surprising. Obviously, you still need to do it at the end of the day, but with the amount of money they've spent and the amount of quality, this shouldn't be surprising in my opinion, and this should be expected.
Fair.
Fez.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's round up, lads. Let's round up. Did anyone have any? Obviously, Man United. Do you know what? We need to pod more often, man.
Yeah.
Because Dan Ashworth, that's insane, you know.
I read the article.
After how long they spent chasing him,
It's very harsh. Very harsh second.
bro.
Oh, you got sacked.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
harsh. I
Why
think
did he get sacked?
like you know them owners that just get too involved and just won't let the football people do their
Yeah, just do too much.
He might be one of
Yeah.
those because it was very harsh.
Wait, why did he get sacked?
Ratcliffe, there's a few things, but I'll say off. We don't know how much time we've got left. I'll tell you afterwards.
Actually, screw it. We're fighting against the clock.
Yeah.
Champ and champ. I got my champ. To be fair, my champ is shit. Who's my champ, bro? I actually wrote it down. I swear down. My champ is Ademola Lookman, because obviously he's doing his thing at the moment, isn't it? And then my champ is Spurs.
Why Lookman this week?
I think he's underrated. I don't think he's getting enough attention from the media, if I'm being honest.
That's true.
I think he's doing a madness. He got a winner in the Milan game the other day. Was it a winner or it might have been a winner? I think it was 2-1.
My champ of the week is Brentford. They're the most informed team at home in the Premier League, which I think is the same. I think they've won every single home game, or if it's not every single one, it's like 2 drawn and they've won the rest.
They've only drawn one game at home.
They've drawn one game, yeah. So, and we've got them on New Year's Day, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, that's my champ of the week, and my champ of the week is Mbappe. I read some of the quotes this morning. I feel like the guy's talking too much, personally. And I don't think he's producing at the level I expect. You know me, I have high expectations of Mbappe. I said this guy was furthest player in the world, even when Neymar was still in his pomp. I think this guy's top. But what I'm seeing right now is a disgrace for me because, especially that Liverpool game, obviously, you know, I know he scored on the weekend, this and that, but I need more. I want to see you losing it, and I don't see that. He should be the best player in the world, undoubtedly, and he's not. So that's my champ of the week.
Who is?
The best player in the world is Rodri, isn't it? I can't argue against the Ballon d'Or winner, can I?
It's Mo Salah.
Yeah. To be fair, it's Mo Salah. Yeah, to be fair, or Cole Palmer.
Are you guys saying like
It's
currently?
Mo Salah.
Why did no one pan me for saying?
current best player in the world.
You guys should have panned me for saying Cole Palmer's name. It's not Cole Palmer.
I knew you were joking. I'm not
He's nowhere near the best player in the world. This PR
responding
that he's got, yeah, it's unbelievable.
Who? This what?
The PR that he's got, I've not seen anything like this. A couple penalties, and all of a sudden, I'm hearing him being spoken about like
He's silky though. He is silky.
no, he's sick. He's good, but come on. Anyway,
Mo Salah's the best, man.
My champ of the week is Maresca. When he first came in, I thought, here we go, like they're trying to do the whole young coach that they're going to control. Came into press conference, started disrespecting guys like Ben Chilwell and Raheem Sterling. I was thinking, damn, like you're going to get sacked real quick.
Hey, where's Chilwell?
He's in the stands, bro. He's in the stands.
Where's Carney Chukwuemeka?
In the stands.
That's crazy.
No, he plays the Conference League, to be fair. No, is Chilwell actually fit?
Bro, Chilwell is in the training pictures. He trains for Chelsea. He does not play. He's the club vice captain. Yeah, he weren't messing about. And to come in, because when they signed all them players, I thought there's no way he's going to be able to get some sort of cohesion and consistency. He's done really well. So credit to him. He's very honest, and yeah, he clearly has the respect of the players because they're doing really well for him. My trump of the week is Ange Postecoglou. I knew you were a fraud from week 2, and I'm glad the world is now starting to see it. You're going to be sacked real soon.
I don't think Tottenham
real soon.
I don't think they're going to sack him.
I think if they sack him, it's a poor decision. They need that. They just need better players.
Better player. What players?
No, it's his fault. It's Ange's fault. It's Ange's fault. What you guys
have to understand is that, like, I thought, and I had to have this realization check as well. Tottenham are not the big boys. They're not. They shouldn't. Like, we always put them like they're gonna do something in the league. No, like that type of brand of football is good for their level. Like, that's what Tottenham should be doing. Like,
yeah, okay. You're saying that. Okay, fair enough. But the hierarchy have not invested an amount of money on the training ground and the stadium to be not making Champions League football.
They've not invested enough money on the players. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's true. But they've invested a lot in the stadium and the infrastructure.
They've got.
Is the stadium going to bring the points?
That's part of the process. They want to make the next level.
Listen, this guy has a philosophy, yeah? You need to get the players that are going to suit his thing. You can't now sack him off the back of... The players are not good enough for what he's trying to do.
It's
kids, bro.
Having a car crash this season, not literally, sorry. I mean, like, actually having a poor season, and then they go and sack him. He needs his players.
Bro, this is a manager that with 9 men, he's pushing all of the players up to where he's pushing them up to. It doesn't matter about the players.
Top young prospect is going to want to play under him. No.
Why not?
Look at the other clubs.
No, they would. You want to
go play under them? I feel like we should taper our expectations for the club that we're talking about.
Archie Gray, he should never have listened to his dad. His dad told him that he was about to go to Brentford. His dad said, no, go to Spurs. And now look at him. He's playing centre back.
Yeah, so obviously...
It's a midfielder.
What you're saying is wrong.
What do you mean?
You just said no top young prospects will want to play there. He's there.
No top player that wants to win is going to go to Spurs.
Yeah, of course not.
No, but you wouldn't. It doesn't. Throughout history, you wouldn't do that.
Like, I don't think it's just about you go to a team that you want to win. I feel like Tottenham are a good team. They're a good team to join if we want to develop in that. But that's as far as it goes. That's fine.
I don't think that is what the ownership have been telling us with the moves that they've been making.
What moves, Steve? They don't buy.
They tried to bring in Jose. They brought in Conte. They've got the nice new stadium, the nice new training ground. They're trying
to be someone they're not. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to be like with the big boys. They're not. They're so far. Okay. They're so far, guys. But anyway, I don't care enough about Tottenham to talk about all that. Though.
Yeah, for real.
Is that all? Everyone. Oh, Ife, you're next.
My champ of the week is Cole Palmer, and my champ is Ange.
Why is it Ange?
You're 2-0 up, and then you lose again 4-2. It's just a disgrace, isn't it? It's just that. It's just that. What do you say?
My people. Obviously, thank you for tuning in.
2 hour pod.
Huh?
This is a 2 hour pod.
I don't know, man. I can't promise we'll be back next week, man. But obviously we'll try.
No, we will.
Nah, because every time I try to promise, like they don't see us for another 4 weeks. So yeah, man, we'll try it.